Hello, I'm Andrea. If you've landed on my AC Health Solutions page, welcome and thank you. I just wanted to explain a little bit more about how I work and how I possibly can help you. We live in a world of absolute information overload. Social media, experts and gurus are everywhere. So the first question I can answer is, what are my qualifications? Well, I came through a very good education, left my leaving cert with 6 A's and 2B's and headed off into the great big world of the medical realm, and I studied pharmacy. I graduated with first class honours as a pharmacist, and I went on to manage pharmacies and stores and also locum in the United Kingdom where I was living at the time. After a while, I was hungry to learn more about where medicine was missing a trick or two with how it could get people better and help more preventatively. So, with the support of my company, I went back and studied nutritional therapy. So, I did that for 3 years, proper university accredited diploma. I came out 3 years later with my diploma and I started to mix my pharmacy skills and my nutrition skills helping people. So after a couple of years, my interest kept peaking in a system of medicine, called functional medicine, which is more looking further upstream, whereas nutrition would be the treatment and medicine the treatment. And the prevention. Functional medicine is looking at what's going on in the body when things start going wrong. So functionally, essentially, it's trying to find what's wrong when medicine may not actually find anything, or when there is other options to blend in with medicine. So functional medicine was where I then started to study abroad and online. To add to my skills, I studied with the IFIM and the IFM. Wonderful courses. At times, I've seen people on social media question them, and I have yet to meet more educated doctors than the ones that were teaching me functional medicine. Incredible people. Also, I've added to my little toolbox sports nutrition. I've been working in the world of sports nutrition with top end and amateur athletes since 2004. If you look at my website, it will list a lot of people that I have worked with. I've been incredibly blessed, and this has given me a wealth of experience. Not only that, I'm very active myself, and I've thrown myself in to triathlon and Ironman competitively. So I mean, a big reason for this is so I can learn more, and it adds a huge wealth of knowledge to what I can give to the athletes that I work with, because I truly understand how the nutrition and the functional side of things slots into what is happening in someone's training day, what the data really means, and how to interpret it and understand it and then apply it. Because I know I'm doing it for myself, and although it's a little pet project of mine to see how good I can get, and I'm off to World Championships for 70.3 next year, it really is just making me better at working with people. I also, through kinks and twists and turns in my journey, realized that I have a natural ability to work with energy and people, from both the intuitive sensing side, where I can often very much feel what's going on in someone's body, what's wrong with them, or more specifically, where we need to start when we're faced with a whole potential series of causes. I tend to be very good at honing in on what exactly is going on, and I also, as well as on the receiving end of sensing people's energy, I'm able to channel energy to help people's bodies heal. And this I tend to use in the silent background. I gauge it on what I sense you're ready for. I try not to bring in anything overwhelming into how I work, and often it just kind of happens organically. But it's there. It's very, very helpful for athletes, especially as you're coming into competition, because your body can speak quite loudly about specific needs, which tests and blood tests aren't going to show us. So we can tweak your diet based on what your body's actually specifically lacking in or looking for, or just ways to rebalance better. I'm also very interested in how we work as people. We're all different, and if I'm going to help you, I need to understand you, and it's something that has fascinated me all of my lifetime. I believe that all of us have the potential for doing very significant and great things. They may be silent and in the background, but that doesn't mean that they can't be highly fulfilling for us. So I want to be the one who can nudge you along and get you started on this path, get you over any little road bumps that and obstacles that might be getting in your way or that you might be creating for yourself. Often as part of my work as well, I have to deal with some hard stuff in the relationship with my clients, trauma, abuse, some very challenging, difficult stories. I'm not afraid to go there. My career as a pharmacist has taught me a lot about people, and everybody is an amazing person. We make mistakes in life. We make different choices in life. I don't really see them as a failure or a mistake. I think that we're always learning and growing, but it's how can we move forward through these. So often they can be very, very much linked to our health, and I feel it's really important to go there if it feels right and it's the right time, and I'm the right therapist for you to support you along that. But I really believe that what we're looking at when we're exploring the body is physically. We're trying to see what's going on, what may be the causes, how they all intermingle, and create this complex myriad of symptoms should you be someone that's suffering from chronic health problems. The emotions, our perceptions and our beliefs, that they can interact significantly with what's going on with us. So it's really important for us to touch on that as well. I believe that movement is really important for us. I don't like to call it exercise, because movement and being active and the sports that we choose, we should love. They should make us feel alive. They should challenge us. They should get our circulation going. So we should become both fit and we should become strong. And it's up to us to try and figure out a way that's, that you're going to like. It's not about enduring our activity because we've been told that we need to be more active. So the movement is incredibly important part of the jigsaw puzzle. And then there's the rest and relaxation, meditation, mindfulness, being aware, present, whatever way we want to put a label on it. We touch on this, and what will fit into your life and how this can help you on your journey. So any other things in the clinic, I have a very sophisticated body composition analysis machine that we use for patients. I have an energy healing device called a pulsed electromagnetic wave frequency therapy table. It's PEMF. There's some wonderful research on that. So we'll incorporate this into the healing program. For example, Lyme's, chronic fatigue, gastro problems, injury, rehab, energy, recovery. For athletes, will benefit greatly from PEMF, just bringing the body back into a state of parasympathetic balance. But there is a lot of research. The best website, if you wanted to have a look at more of the research on PEMF, will be Dr. Pawluk's website. I think it's PAWLUK. So how could I help you? Well, I'm never going to enter into the battle versus which nutritionist is best, which coach is best, who should I go to. It's never ending. So where do I excel? I excel in trying to pull it all together for an individual. If you're an athlete, I have so much information in my head that what essentially I would see for you is a phase for however long felt right for you, where you can just get out of my mind and knowledge and study what you need. So us working together in a relationship for a certain amount of time where I'm monitoring and following and tracking your training and your diet, your nutrition, your health, I get to know as much as possible as I can about you, and then us looking to improve it. So I will follow what you feel has been working for you, and we will improve on that. There is no one diet for athletes. There is no one diet for anybody. There's stuff that works for us as individuals, and it's my job to try work with you to optimize that. So for sport, yeah, you could go on the internet and you could find a plan, follow it, and get some benefits. But how I would like to work with you is to just really pull out the best plan for you. Another area that I excel in is figuring out what's wrong, what's going on for people. If you have chronic complex health problems like ankylosing spondylitis, gastrointestinal problems, autoimmune thyroid, arthritis type problems, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue. These are the areas that are very meaningful to me, and multiple sclerosis would be another one. And I won't leave any stone unturned when it comes to trying to figure out what are all the triggers and causes and underlying factors for why you're where you are, and then how we can heal all of these and get you back to the best place possible. So it's a short, intense, and usually successful journey. Already this year, we've turned around ankylosing spondylitis, arthritis, and gut issues. So I love a challenge, and I will always try and, if possible, reduce or eliminate your medication, get you feeling a whole lot better, get you being back able to function, get back to activity and exercise. If I do ask for one thing, and that is that you stick with it for a while at the start, because it takes a bit of momentum to get things going. And then there's going to be a couple of straggler symptoms left over that we then deal with at the very end. But you need to put in a bit of commitment. You can't just start with me and then decide 5 minutes later that you've seen somebody else's wonderfully labeled diet, which I'm not going to do. I'm never going to sell myself out and create a fad or a specific funky name for things, because there is none, in honesty. I'm guided by a very strong moral compass, and I'm always going to stick with that. So I urge you to give me a chance, because I really, really, really give a damn about getting you better, and I will do everything that I can. And if I don't feel I can, I have a wonderful network of colleagues professionally that I will refer on to. And sometimes at the same time, if I feel biomechanically you need to see an osteopath, I'll send you to him. If I feel you need extra support with herbs, I have a wonderful herbalist that I refer to, and so the list sort of goes on. But if you have been battling issues for the last number of years, it's worth looking at how we can undo these. The body is amazing. We have a built-in system of healing. And if we give our bodies what it needs, if we listen, if we decipher the message about our health, our lifestyle, our diet, our activity, our happiness and joy, the traumas that we're holding, if we really, really listen and unfold all of these, the body, given the right nutrition and opportunity and space to heal, will. I fully believe it. I don't believe we're destined unless we really start to put environmental triggers in our way. So, keep positive about things. Healing normally is quite simple once we start to uncover what the triggers are. You go a long way and achieve a lot with the basics before we get into any crazies. A lot of experts would recommend that we don't start massively eliminating things from our diet unless we really need to. So I'll always try to err on the side of caution. I will always try to build it into your busy life. I will try and avoid us getting into a rut with anything crazy or extreme. I'm not a fan of extreme diets. I've seen the damage that they do, both to people's health and to people's minds. And our mental and emotional welfare it's important. Balance is important. Self-love, self-worth are important, and to be very restrictive or hard or punishing on our bodies is not a healing path. So it may seem at times that I'm being very gentle on you, but that is exactly what your body is looking for. What we're doing right now isn't working. The extreme diets, the forceful exercise, the judgments and criticisms, the online I'm right, you're wrong, it's not working. People aren't happy, they're not healthy, and they're not healing. So get back to the basics. Stop confusing yourself. Commit to working with someone that it feels right to work with. Give them a chance. Talk to them. Open up to them. Give them the whole picture when it feels right. You will achieve a whole amount when you start to really dig in. You will learn a lot about yourself. You will learn a lot about self-care. And in the process, it will be highly empowering. And that's my goal, essentially, to help someone be happy, be healthy, feel free, know how to eat, know how to exercise, and to cut themselves a break now and again, to not be so hard. I will push you. I will get you to set goals. I will get you to push yourself out of the box of safety that you've probably been coasting in, because as humans, we need to have stuff that scares us, stuff that pushes us, stuff that makes us rise up to be more. So along our little journey with dealing with all of the rest, I'm going to push you on these things too, because you're going to realize that you are so much stronger than you thought you were at the start. And that, in a way, is the whole gift of not being well or not achieving what you may want to as an athlete. What you learn if you sit in that space, if you don't fly off and blame your tires or blame your ex-husband or all of these things. And yes, they may all be involved, but ultimately you have to remember that we can turn around so much ourselves. If we bring back that responsibility and start making changes and taking action, so much can be achieved. And when you get yourself through that, you'll be so proud of yourself, and rightly so. So I'm talking a lot here. It's because I want people to see that it is possible to turn things around. It can be done simply. It can be done in trusting in another person that has the expertise and the experience and the education, and that also has empathy for your own individual story. And this is where there's sort of an alchemy between the therapist and the patient. Often they'll have been through something similar, or there'll be a reason that they really get it and understand and why they really, really care. And I've been through a lot in my life with my health, and I care. And I care that it can be a lot better for you. So I just wanted to say all of that because I've been watching social media wars play out recently, and it's making things far more complicated than it should be. It's being misleading about diet XYZ, exercise system XYZ, and people are flipping between one and the other. And yeah, we gain something from doing that, but ultimately, are we really getting where we want to be? Are we really gaining the independence and the knowledge for how to manage it for ourselves? So anyway, that's me. I'm Andrea. I work in Limerick, in Anacosty. I have a lovely clinic. And I'd like to help, if I can. So shoot me an email if I can. Thanks for listening.